Spinny, spin me. How are ya? I just watched the movie or the documentary, What Bleep Do We Know? I think that's what it was called. And it was pretty cool. It was all about quantum physics and quantum mechanics, I should say, more so. And it was going down to the micro levels of things, and it went into a lot of depth into an area which I don't really know much about, although I've kind of had bits and pieces thrown at me over the years. So it was kind of neat to see a little bit more there. I think the thing that really got me is just the consciousness side of things, and how I've just been listening to a podcast, Joe Rogan podcast, and on there it's got a guy who's, can't remember his name now, Bruce Lipton, and he's actually based in New Zealand. I didn't realise that, but he's talking about in this podcast about the role of belief or something like that, and which is interesting. And also belief as not on a spiritual level belief, but belief as the ability to do something and how it can actually overcome certain aspects of achieving things. Excuse me. And then on top of that, it was just this other thing that I ended up watching after that with Gabor Mate. I don't think I'm saying his name right, but it was about the addiction, and just all these things of consciousness and connectiveness, and the ability of the body and the brain, and the universe being one, and all this kind of stuff. It was just amazing how all these things were interconnected and so forth, and I just feel very open to a lot of new things, particularly within the science realm of experimental science, which is very fascinating in the end, extremely fascinating. It's just interesting to watch or learn more about the debates within the scientific community, and how they have different camps, particularly when it comes down to the theories, and then when the testing comes through, it can justifies a lot of things, and how we are taught. This is nothing new, and I've talked about this so many times, but how we're taught something as we're growing up, yet we're so far behind when it actually comes to the practicalities of what is actually new. And that's something I was trying to do a wee while ago, was actually try to keep up with the latest technology and the latest scientific discoveries and so forth, but that's so hard in the end. There's just so much coming through, which makes it very difficult to actually keep track of what is the latest know-how, and then to be able to actually apply that within society as itself, because people are so far behind and then don't totally question based on their learnings that they haven't adapted, that have been taught to us some 40 odd years ago and then hasn't changed. So very fascinating. I'm actually mainly not to do with this actual movie, but just amused at myself as my ability to open up and take in the new information and so forth, because I it's that whole thing, and of being prejudiced towards something new. It's like, well, that's not right, but hey, it's what happens, and people do that all the time. They do that with religion, and they do all sorts of things. But if it's based within a studied area, anything's possible. But yeah, but that's the thing. But I have no idea what I've got to do more research. That's what I got to do, and I will, because I'm just loving the learning aspect of all this at the moment. So yeah, that'll do me. Enjoy the rest of your day. See ya. Spinny, spin, spin, spin.